This is not a review of the Wolf Warrior. Rather, a couple of things I've noticed since purchasing the scooter that you may want to be aware of before you purchase this scooter. I put only 20 fairly gentle miles on my scooter, only to pack it up and send it back to the company that sold it to me.
Wolf Warrior 11, 95% charged. Hitting the power button, it does not turn on. Nothing happens. I recently purchased the Kaabo Wolf Warrior 11 Plus, although it said Plus, I don't know what the difference is between 11 and 11 Plus. And after 3 or 4 times riding it, a total of 20 miles, it just quit working. I hit the power button and nothing happens. So Voro Motors sent me a new throttle, thinking that maybe that's the issue. So let's put on the new throttle and see if that helps. There are 4 screws here holding on the throttle, but the inside 2 closest to the handlebar just actually hold it onto the handlebar, and you need a small Allen wrench to take off just these 2 screws right here to then remove the throttle. I really like the mini motors, the I throttle over the QS4 or whatever that cheap one is that's on most scooters. So you'll see there are, if you pull off this shielding, you'll see it's fairly plug and play. With the shielding on, I didn't notice. I thought it was hardwired because it looks like it's hardwired right here, but it's not. In fact, as you can see, it is in fact plug and play. If you want to purchase this separately, they're $69. I tried to do some research to see whether or not they were compatible. If you could swap out, like here, I have a Horizon, and it has the QS4 on it, and it's really junk. But I wasn't able to find out if they are swappable. My assumption is that they are not. This is the QS S4, standard on most scooters, and it is junk. There's a little teeny spring in there that makes the throttle snap back, and it comes out easily. Always make sure that the little screw on the bottom is tight. I wouldn't pull it out to put Loctite on it because it will probably disengage that little spring. Here is the new i3, or I think it's called the i3 mini motors, and okay, one little notch right here to show you where to plug it in. So let's unplug the old one. I had to remove this tie end. Is that what it's called? The little plastic, yeah, zip tie. I had to remove the zip tie because there's a zip tie on the bottom and a zip tie on the top, which wouldn't allow me to at least manually remove the plug here. So I removed it, and now I should have a little more space to work with. Just gonna try to separate it with my hands. Comes apart, and there's a little you can see there's a little divot or a little peg thing right here that shows you where to hook it up when you hook up your new throttle. So set this aside, grab the new throttle, making sure that the peg is on the correct area. It's really, they're fine little pinholes though, so you want to make sure you get that correct. So the moment of truth, I'm going to hit power on, and we'll see what happens here. Power on. Nothing. It's just what I suspected. The problem is somewhere else. So I have this new Mini Motors throttle, and did not fix the problem. After 20 miles, my Kaabo Wolf Warrior remains dead in the water. I was hoping I was going to be able to hop onto it and cruise around a little bit, but that's not the case. So I'm going to get on the phone to Voro Motors technicians and see what they have to say. That's crazy. It's really crazy. 100% battery. You can see not a scratch on it. It's brand new. It really is brand new. I've got 20 miles on it. 20 fairly gentle miles. You know, I did a little bit of gentle off-road trail riding. Certainly way less than what this scooter is designed to do. And yet after 20 miles, less than 21 miles, it's dead in the water, and nobody knows why. So we'll try to figure that out.
So that's the reason I actually ended up sending it back to the company, was it simply would not turn on. Packing it up was not a simple matter as you would think. It weighs over 100 pounds, and it's a two-man job. And I did it myself and actually injured myself. Uh, Check out what happens to me when I collapse the steering column. So don't be stupid. This is a two-man job. You may be able to get to the point to where you can collapse it and put it back up on your own, but putting it into a box is a two-man job. You could also hurt your back lifting it up while putting it in. So after a quick wipe down and cleaning it up a little bit, I removed the steering column and got it ready to pack. First, I put it in incorrectly, and I had to flip it up and turn it around again. That was kind of a pain. But I did purchase this from Voro Motors, and this is not a commercial for Voro Motors, but their tech support is really quick. If you watch Electronic Scooter Guide YouTube channel, you'll see they measure responses in 2 to 3 days is pretty good. Voro Motors literally responds in minutes in online chat. And when I had this issue, they sent me the box. I'd already thrown it away because I thought it was running fine. And it arrived in 2 days, 2 or 3 days. And every time I have a question, they respond very quickly. So we'll see what happens. Again, this is not a critique. It's just a situation that happened to me. Aside from the major pain of collapsing the steering column, riding it is pure joy, and I haven't even gotten to the skill level, which I eventually will reach, I'm sure. But just in the 15 miles of pavement and 5 miles of off-road, approximately, that I did get to enjoy on the Wolf Warrior, it was really a blast, and I do, so far, highly recommend this scooter.